Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, James. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Jose. All right, let's get this show on the road. Good morning, Josh. How are you? All right, we're looking at crude oil. We're still in that kind of consolidation area, and 87.14 is an area of resistance to this price action. We're trading for the past four session in and around Globex, and that consolidation is around the 85. So pullbacks are viable against a couple of levels, 84.46 and 83. And if we can get a pullback into the 85, then a reversal, then we're going to be looking for a continuation trade for higher prices. Now that is Russell 2000, and that is a very, very decent looking trend. They're putting a captain setup short right here, but we need a confirmation on it, meaning that we need to be closing below the 805 in order for us to start looking in that direction in any meaningful way. We are looking at potential target number 4 if this candle closes higher. And ultimately, Globex at 800 has to hold in order for the longs to continue to hold on to their gains. Okay. Gold. Here comes gold. And gold is in a channel on the upside, breaking the downward channel. And I wouldn't call it a strong one by any stretch. But we do have the borders of it, which is in and around the 1640 to 1650. So that level has to hold. Globex have to hold at 5770. And also, good morning, Gary. Also, if we can get a one candle reversal at 72.7, then we should be seeing a run up to 77.7 and higher. So that's what we're looking for. I mean, there's a bit of stability, price action coming through here. And that's important for us to see in gold. And ultimately, target number 2 can be a possibility after hitting target number 1. And that's 96.5. Then we can see the quality of the pullbacks at that point. ES, what we're seeing here, I mean, we're still trading within this prior channel in ES that started on the 21st. And on the 21st at 37.03, the market made a captain setup long, rallied all the way up to target number 3, came in, consolidated, ran up here a little bit, and ultimately, this is a rising support type of situation. Where we at right now is we're consolidating and trading around Globex, similar to how we opened yesterday. And we just need to be careful of the noise that could be happening in and around Globex. And typically noise comes in the form of failed breakdowns and their rally to the middle of the range, and they failed break it to the upside and they bring it back to the middle of the range. Basically, there's going to be a lot of noise in and around that Globex area. So just be conscious of that. Ultimately, this type of behavior is the market, as long as we're trading under the 53 and a quarter, we're looking at the structure as a selling structure, meaning that we're looking for selling pressure at the open. Some of the targets are 26 and a quarter, 20. Then the bottom end of the Cloud is 18 and a quarter. So all these areas are, yeah, people calling me right now. Okay. So that's some of the areas that we may be testing at the open. Okay, so Tesla and the rest of them at the open, and let's see here. Well, I mean, this is the beauty of it all here. I mean, we drew that channel yesterday, and the price came up right to it and faded into the price action that we're seeing. So we do have an inside day, and we do have a retracement from the high that really retested the top end of the channel. So that's a negative behavior, and the longs got to really protect 70. Well, they got to break 720 again, and I think what we're probably going to get some retracement and back and fill type of behavior right now on a daily basis. I mean, that could get us back to target number two on a multi-day basis into Friday, which will be 270.75, and that will be a good test of channel number two. Okay, I'm going to show you something here in a second. Gold. Okay, we're still coming into the harmony wave, and they fade it every time they come into it, so it's not a clear long in any way, form, or fashion. And that's what I was saying earlier, that the market is a lot weaker in gold. And even though that we're seeing a bid, it's not a bid that I want to be aggressively long into. And we're hitting resistance areas and backing off. So that's something that we need to be conscious of. Okay, same kind of behavior that we're seeing in NQ, we're seeing in ES. Channel number one, it's been tested. It's actually a little bit stronger than what we're seeing in NQ right now. ES is stronger than NQ. So when it comes to NQ, this market has a target right now of 60 at the open. They tested the glowbacks, and they're holding that test so far. And with that type of behavior, you're expecting a 60 and potentially a break below that for that 437, and we can see how that gonna materialize at the open. As long as they continue to hold on to 534 and the 511 at the open, we should be seeing uh, a push lower. The 200 NT Rinko and the 100 NT Rinko are in sync on the short side right now. So that first 15, 20 minutes of market action, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be patient. Good morning, Suarez. We're going to be patient and watch and kind of go from there. Here comes that sellers. Sellers are coming in. 2 minutes to the cash market open. And we are looking at the top of the hour. We have actually some news. New home sales are going to be at the top of the hour. All right. Good luck, everybody. Absolutely, Suarez. Absolutely. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Right. Just remember, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better. All right. Well, here comes that 60. 60 came in pretty decent. Very nice. Very nice. So the 34 is the next target out of this sequence. Good morning, uh, Karen Jones. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Jeff. It's 87 coming up. Well, here you go. Big money at the open. Big money at the open. YouTube, you guys at YouTube, Suarez, do you see me and hear me clearly? Seems like it was a early technical issue. Here comes that 37. Okay, so we're good there. Good deal. Yeah, we should see a bit of back and fill here toward the 60. We should see that happening right now. Here you go. So they typically they break below Globex band and come back to retest it. So if you're short before, you definitely needed to kind of cover at that 37. Oh well. Give us a whole lot more than that, huh? That's an interesting. Okay. All right, so they're retesting the second level right here. Well, look at them. That's just a good retest of that. So what are we having here? What are we having? Well, we're having a little bit of expansion at the open, and this is the type of price action we want to just be patient. It's early in the morning. We understand that, the structure here and how the price is acting around that structure. It's now it's just a function of giving that market that first half an hour into that news of new home sales and read as much of this price action as we can and get a feel for what the market is doing and how it's doing it. And then it's almost like you're building a library of the current day price action to understand what they're doing, how they're doing it, and who's getting trapped, for example, right? So what happened, for example, if the market, like right now, the market is out of sync, right? So the 200 and the 100 are out of sync. They hit that level at the 90 to the whole number level, couple of times, and they're fading it. So ultimately, the longs have to break above 510, which is Globex, in order for things to start, uh, producing. Right now, the market, if we break 47, we should start seeing another push lower to the low and potentially 400. Good news or bad news is going to be messy. Well, yeah, before major economic news, I typically like to just watch. So let them play their games and let us read through those games. Yeah, so we're not getting to that 47, and the market is still out of sync. Uh, did the market gap down or not? It's 510, Suarez. Okay, so you see how they keep coming up to the 85, well, basically the 90 to the 500, and fade and fade and fade every single time. So that area has to hold for the shorts. If we start breaking anything above it, then things are going to start changing. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. How are you? Nico, good morning. How are you? All right. So we may have a shot at that 510 now. That's a typical consolidative behavior where the market constantly, breaks away from Globex and gets back to Globex. Phil, Lucas, good morning. How are you? Yeah, I know. It's a mixed market. Such a mixed market today. Definitely ES is definitely Russell is the one that actually is doing the best out of all of them. Almost flat on ES. So when we're looking at ES right now, I mean they put on a captain setup short at 38.50, right? So that's going to be a big deal here, and also in NQ, they got very very close and faded. I mean that's like really very choppy the way the market is going. It's very trappy behavior. So definitely we want to wait that extra 15, 20 minutes and watch the new home sales, and then based on how the market stabilizes, we'll take a look. Yeah, that was a good call, Ken. As a captain set up short on that 70. Let's see how they are going to handle that. I mean, the high is 510. We're just basically simply watching. Now, the key here if we see a 66 close, which doesn't look like we're going to see it, but if we see 66 close, then that is a short signal to go short at 66 or better with a stop of 93 and looking for 40 and a break into the 20. If we close above 500, excuse me, if we close above 500, which we just did, that kind of negates that idea. The reason why you would have had built up a captain set up short with a switch trade, and that's a very strong signal, but market did not do that. So they're playing a lot of games. Yeah, they're playing a lot of games around here. Okay, we have about 13 minutes. No, it's I don't know. Are you Pullman? Are you? I mean, this is NT Rinko for Ninja Trader. Do you use Ninja Trader? And that's part of the Harmony system. These wicks. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there's a captain setup on the 20 NT Rinko short. We want to see if that holds. Yeah, they're trading around Globex. So what are you using right now? Are you using Ninja Trader? Yeah, it is, George. Absolutely. But we're patiently waiting and watching and waiting for the news to come in at the top of the hour. Yeah, that's why. That's why. That is why. Yeah, that specific candle is for Harmony Trading System and also NT8. Yeah, the Harmony Trading System, which is that the software that you're seeing, is offered for Ninja Trader only. I'm gonna step away for a moment. Just gonna get some water. So the market flipped here. So that means that the shorts are gonna take a break, and they're playing around with uh, Globex again, and we're looking at pullbacks to 85. We want to see how the price is going to behave there. Here comes the spammers. And these guys need something better to do. Hey, good job. Good job, Jeff. Good job. Good morning, Gary. How are you? Yeah, there's a lot of kind of selling patterns are going on right here. Like they put a 50 NT Rinko captain set up short. They put a 70 NT Rinko captain set up short, and they're really oscillating in and around Globex. So it just let's wait and see how this news is going to be coming up in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So let's see how the 85. Here comes they got to the 85. The expectation is to see consolidation here. Then you got, if it's not 85, it's 60. That's the bottom end of the Globex band. And 1 minute to the news. Well, we can say that the 85 worked. That was fast. So they went up to the top end of the Globex band and brought it back in. So you're seeing this type of behavior. It's just a lot of consolidations around that mean average. 9 o'clock, no trades for me so far. Well, we're looking for, let's see here, 10. Good morning, Adam. All right, it cannot be any clearer than what I do. As I tell you the environment, I tell you the behavior, I tell you the signal. I will uh, typically I'll post my order ahead of time and then manage the trade. All right, so where we at right now? I mean, the market is out of sync. Oh, okay. Yeah. And you also can look at prior sessions and you see how we traded a lot of these things anyway. Yeah, we're trying to figure out the day, Adam, too. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. Absolutely. Good job, man. $1,350. That's not bad. That's pretty decent. I haven't put my first trade yet. You need to take over the mic. Hmm. It is messy. So if the market closes below 504.75, I'm gonna look for an entry short, and that would be on this current candle. It has to happen. I mean, if we break anything above 525, I'm not interested. Okay, so it did it. We're gonna be waiting now. If the market gets up above 536, 536, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at a potential long 536 and a half. Well, they're trying. I'll put my order here. See if we can get a bigger push. 50 and 54. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was first trade of the day. That's a winner, winner. I was at captain setup long on the 70 NT wrinkle. That's what got us involved and making a little bit of money. And that trade is, let me see here. First trade of the day. On 2 contracts, we made $401. And moving on to the next decision. And it's nasty how they're moving it. Oh Lord. Here you go. So now this is the interesting part. If we break back up to 553.75, then the market is setting itself up for a captain setup switch trade long. That's a very strong signal. And I'm gonna jump back in and look for any pullback as a buying opportunity. And that's let's say 553.75. But I would like a little bit of a pullback, so I may start with one and add to it. If we break here, which we just did, then I'm not interested in that idea. That idea is null and void again. So what we see here is they keep fading any attempt at breaking 510. Yeah, Adam, I'm with you on that one 100%. Good morning, Terry. How are you? ES. Let's take a look at ES. ES has prior candles long, and we had a switch trade long at 38.53. So I'm going to be looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunities against any attempt at 38.41, which is Globex. And it's time to take a break, Adam. Time to take a break. This is very noisy, choppy market, and you really have to be very, very selective in what you do. ES is long. NQ shifted. NQ shifted in the 200 NT Rinko and the 100 NT Rinko are both long. So really, your stop for any idea long is 510, and you're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity against that level. The next target for for NQ is 86. But we can't just jump in anywhere. We have to kind of come in and buy at a pullback. So see how they every time they come up to the top end of the Globex band, they pull it back. So we gotta watch this. 522. The 510 needs to be protected. Yeah. $507. Let's see. I mean, they just keep playing around here. I mean, let's take a look at the 6NT Rinko. I mean, yeah, they rejected this price structure here on ES at 61 to 63, but they will come in waves, and ultimately the 200 NT and the 100 NT Rinko are long. So as long as we continue to protect that 510 on NQ, this is going to be a long behavior that we're seeing here. But we definitely need to clear the 60, and the market has been a bit very noisy in and around these levels. Now another attempt at 53.75. I may take that one as a long. 53.75. I'm going to look for pullbacks because the market is giving it. Here comes. All right, let's see if I can get a pullback. Oh no. Oh no. Nope. No pullback. I don't want that. All right. Well, we will wait. We will wait. Is it a topping formation, Sheila? It's neither a topping or it's basically a consolidation around Globex. But um, ES on the 50 NT Rinko, which we should be looking at, is showing long behavior, and you know most traders would be looking at this as, if it's rejecting here, you may get a double top, but you are better off letting the market roll turn over, then make that assessment, because typically things like that they just blow above it, then reverse. So I wouldn't try to fade this market. I would try to, so far, look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. We're seeing that happen in NQ right now, and it's the same thing as ES. Yeah, there you go. I really wanted a good entry at that 53. There was a good entry at actually the 35. But again, see, every time we get above the Globex band, they slap it down. So you're getting this type of, we'll call it surfboard trading. How about that, Nuke? Sheila, I'll give you an example here because that's kind of important in alignment of your question. You see this behavior right here? I mean, that was even a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko on ES. Market hit the middle of the range and came up to that level. And it showed weakness in and around that area, right? So a lot of people say, okay, well, that's a triple, quadruple top. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempts at this level actually. And the price kept going lower and lower. So I'm going to go short right here and add to it if it runs up. Now look what happened. So if the trader just basically was patient and waited for a one candle reversal, he would have been better off making decisions after that reversal than trying to predict a double top or a triple top or six, you know, a reversal. So it's important to see the 50 NT Rinko in ES in your favor and then making a decision. Even though that means that you're missing on a reversal here, but you avoid that type of behavior that can roll you over. Because here you go another one. The market came in exactly like right here, which is a double top, and look what they did. They wicked the market, showing you, weakness. What did the market do? Blew everybody up. They do this very often. So now the 521.75, 521.75 is an area that if the market closes there, that will be the market will disconnect from the 200 and the 100 will be out of sync. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the long idea is going to take a break, and we want to watch for a potential break below Globex. It's just the personality of the day. They're trapping people on the long side, they're trapping people on the short side, and you have to keep your head on a swivel in a market that looks like this. That doesn't mean it's not lucrative. It is. That just mean you have to be a bit more tighter with your stop, and you have to be very, very specific in how you enter and exit. And you have to under trade this environment. And if you trade it with the minimum amount of contracts. Well, no trapping if I don't trade. Well, that's that's a common sense, right? Yep. 920. That's inventory report. We have the inventory report coming up, and that's been a market mover. So just watch out for that, guys. Crude oil inventory report coming up. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, we have Facebook, Apple, Intel today and tomorrow as far as news. And let's take a look at some of these instruments, right? This is actually before we go into that, that see that we got very close to the 21 and reversed. That is a big deal. That is a big deal right here. That is a big deal. Yeah, this market is going to run. See, Sheila, how ES gave you the illusion of reversal and continued higher, gave the illusion of a double top. I mean, they may still reverse it, but so far that's been, how tricky they've been. And you have to develop a way to see this before it happens, you know. So we said the target for this sequence is 86. I mean, and it's coming up. It's coming up. What's special about the 20 reversal? Because that would have closed the 100 NT wrinkle lower, and the market would have been out of sync at that point. Here comes the 86, and boom, target hit 86. Took a minute to get there, but it got there. What's his name? Suarez, how are we doing? I haven't seen you talk. Are you okay over there? Hmm. 60, huh? Oh, you're up 1200? Good for you. Good job. Hey, busy making money. I like that. You don't have to talk to me. Yeah, that's a good spot to quit. That's a good spot. All right. So what we're seeing here, these pullbacks are getting bought. So the long behavior overall is still solid. You got two levels that the market needs to test, which it did the first one so far well. It's the 60, and the second one is going to be 34. So those two levels, the longs got to protect. Then also we want to see if they build up a harmony wave to the long side, and I can, yeah, I kind of like it here. Let's see. Yeah, they're establishing a new harmony wave right here. So the expectation is to see a jump back up to 600. Yeah, I like it. Good, good, good. So now we have a chance at a second closure, which is going to be 612. Yeah, we have a chance there. We're going to have to see how this market behaves. But that 60 test is still holding. As long as that holds and the 37 holds, pullbacks will be continue to be viable, and that 610, 615 is a range that can happen. ES is still holding firm. We have to remember they're stronger than NQ. How is Jose doing? Ken, how are we doing? Any trades, Gary? Brad, how are we doing? James, almost daily gold. Okay, watching and waiting. Jose, good deal, good deal. Brad, Green Day hit daily goal. 610, 611 coming up. And come on, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Close enough, right? Yeah, they're most likely will run it up here in a second. Here you go. All right, target is hit. Yeah, just let the 200 NT Rinko, Adam, guide you versus you trying to, in a way, trying to outsmart the market. If the 200 NT Rinko is long, just take that direction. The instinct of a lot of traders in this environment is to go short because it pays a lot faster and it's very lucrative when you catch it. But at the same time, like if the market is doing this number here, I don't want to go against like the 600 and 630 and the 650 trying to look for the turn. Well, it's maybe a better approach is to start very small, like one contract, and wait for the level to hold, then add as the market is paying you, versus going very heavy with a small stop in a market that is very choppy, and get stopped out just to watch the trade work out in your favor. Sheila, you see what's going on here? This is very important. Yeah, I feel if you start very small, then emotionally you're not going to be affected by these drops, and as long as the 200 NT Rinko is long, it gives you the flexibility to actually trade in a range and protect your bottom line. Getting heavy too early, it takes that option away because it almost has to work immediately for you. And if the market is choppy, like the way it was around Globex, it's natural for you to take those stops. Yeah, create a different rhythm. Create a different rhythm. Okay, thank you, Suarez. Appreciate it. Not on ES, Jose. It's the 50. I mean, you could look at the 50 and the 20 and against the 6 NT Rinko as an entry point. But yeah, the 100 is too big for ES. So again, you got to be very careful of a market that looks like this because they tend to pull it back just to get you in short and then, run back up. So truly, in order for us to even consider going short, the market has to close right now at 534.75. Otherwise, pull back to 585, pull back to 561, are two zones in which uh, buyers can step back in to protect this trend. So I'd rather be long than short, and I will consider the short at that lower level. Once we get there, then I'm looking for a rally and I'm looking for a bunch of other things. But I mean, I don't know if Canada's news is as big of a deal to the U.S. As we as a vacation, Suarez. Oh yeah, it's a big deal here too. Uh, Typically, we watch it and bet on it. I made good money last World Cup. All right, so what we're seeing here is a jump to target number two in the sequence. Pullbacks are buyable. This market is churning through the shorts. Uh, we understand at what price we need to start looking for a short. I mean, unless they put something really significant in these areas, I'm looking for pullbacks as a. I'm looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. The next test is 611, and the test of that under that is 585. Yeah, that's fine, James. Just take them all, and understand how they're working and when they're not working. Mhm. So target number 4 is 705 out of the sequence. And what we're seeing here is us coming up to target number 2 or very close to it and fading and fading. So the longs need to just to be they need to be careful here. And the test is how the 609 and the 85 hold up. And it looks like we're gonna come down to retest these levels. So if you're long and you're long from an earlier zone, you make sure that you covered a big chunk of your position, especially with this switch trade that they just put on. So the expectation is 620 to 615 in the next few minutes here. So far I've had one trade. We're taking it easy today. We're just taking one trade so far. If I see something else, I'll take it. I've actually saw a lot earlier on. It just that's where we at. Let's keep working. Yeah, right, Suarez. Unrelenting. But guess what? Nobody's gonna spam me. I'll sit here and get rid of them every single time. I don't care. You have nothing better to do, man. All right, guys. Almost top of the hour, 10 o'clock. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, uh, comment, share. That helps out the channel. Hopefully, the content and the stream that we put out here is helping you in some way or form or fashion. And your support is definitely appreciated. Doesn't cost any money. Like, subscribe, comment. All right. So now the 200 and the 100 are out of sync. What does that mean? Be careful. Be careful. I mean, this is a good spot for a test, but let the market stabilize itself. Uh, the market is out of sync right now between the 200 and the 100. I actually rather see the 84, 85 for a better test. And we'll find out very quickly if okay. All day, baby, all day. Just keep coming. Losers, man. You had a good day, Suarez. You had a good day, man. Just call it a day. Yeah, here you go. So we're getting a little bit of stability here, a little bit. So they bounce it right back up, which is good. I mean, that tells me that At 610, 611 is holding. We want to see how the pullback back down. Wow, look at that. That's a nice pop. It makes me trade better, Suarez. I'm just joking, actually. I'm not drinking whiskey and trading. It does look like whiskey, but it's actually cherry juice. Can you imagine? Maybe it loosened me up a little bit. It may work. So the grind against the shorts are continuing, and it's persistent. And yeah, you saw how we tested that first level at 610. Ken, I don't know if if you taken that trade or not. Yeah, yeah. If for whatever reason I saw it, I was like, let's just kind of pass. Let's look for because we we moved so much. I didn't want to take the first test. I'd rather take the second test. But yeah, I was looking at that one. James. Oh yeah, if we close this candle lower, boy, 610. Now 610. If we close 610 again, there'll be a captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinko. And as a fade, I will take that. Target on ES. You are looking at target number 4. Target number 4 in this sequence is 38.9475. That's where we're going to be on. Well, that's the system target right here. So we recognize, and back to Sheila's question, because Sheila's question was a very good one. Is right here that the impulse of all traders is to say, oh, okay, well, this is a lower high and a double top. And we kind of needed to see the market actually close below 38.40. And the fact that we didn't do that give us the clue that the market is going to continue. And it did continue as we thought it would. Now, the big target coming up is that huge target at 38.94.75. And then from there, you have between target number 4 and 5. Between target number 4 and 5, we are seeing, we typically see a bit of pauses and fades. So we need to be conscious of that. But what needs to happen is an ES that breaks that back down to 38.66 in order for me to consider getting short or starting to fade. Then if target number 5 uh, tests well, I mean, look at where we at. I mean, target number 6 is going to be 40.62. I mean, I don't expect us getting up there without multiple retracements and consolidations, but target number 4 and 5 is a high probability. And all of this on a swing trade basis started with a captain set up long right here. So the minute this happened, the market started the sequence that got us to where we at. And all these pullbacks are been viable pullbacks. Captain set up long at 37.03, and that signal got generated on October 21st. Target number 2 on NQ hit. Do I trade? NQ? Yeah, that's mainly what we trade. Hey, GM. Hey. Here she is. How are you? Yeah, making money. Making money. Nothing new here. Making money. Yep. No, it's not whiskey. No. You're the second one that asked that question today. I usually leave that till Friday. Yeah. So Ken, yeah, that did not come through. That 610 retracement. Yeah. So there's no trade on that one. Yeah, the market is definitely strong, GM. That's what we've been kind of discussing earlier on. Kind of captured bunch, one good solid trade long. Oh yeah, yeah. We locked up that one. Yeah, see, these rotations constantly coming in and pushing and creating harmony waves after a harmony wave. So we're still inching higher and higher and higher. And target number 4 on ES is coming up at 38.94.75. And it when once it hits it, you really need to start looking for a potential pauses and fades that the market may start doing here. I don't necessarily want to just go short right at that level, but I want to look for patterns that will tell me that the market is tired and it's done, or it's tired of that run. Any trades I take here on the long side have to be scalper in opportunity, scalps in rotation. So you could see here they're establishing harmony wave, another harmony wave. They established one right here, a big one, and pulled back. Thank you, GM. Thank you. That's very nice. That's very nice of you to say. Let's drink up to that. SPX 3880. Yeah. Yeah. RT. Here we go. Well, I mean, here you go. On the inventory report, we saw what the market just did on crude oil. They ran it up very nicely. Established an inception trade at 85.06, and off you go. Broke off the 85.93 into target number two. Target number three in this sequence is going to be 88.84 on crude oil. Let's take another look at the rest of the indices. And boy, oh boy, all this consolidation here early on. What a messy affair. But ultimately, the market broke target number four into target number five, 1842.4. If that tests well, typically whenever you have Russell really behaving very, very strongly, it's a sign that the overall market is going to start picking up. And we're extended, obviously, but target number six, 1878.4. So that would be the next logical target for us at these levels right here. Gold, you had another rotation here at 1672 with a buy signal. That buy signal is an inception trade. Target number one is 1677.7. Target number two is 1690.5, which is the top end of that range. ES, yeah, they look at him. They're getting so close to that target and pausing. We have some earnings coming up that could be a catalyst for a pullback. Well, it's going to be at the end of the day, though. The earnings of Apple and I think a couple other instruments. Apple, Facebook, Intel in the next couple of days, today and in the next couple of days. So here we go right here, and target number four, target number five. We talked about this, so here we go. Tesla. Tesla just put on a captain setup short at that 229 against that high. So we need to watch for that because if that holds, you'll see a pullback in NQ. Netflix, that market is still hitting target number four, fading with a lower high against target number five. NQ back up to that level. $712.75. So that we need to see how we handle this. I mean, the market really retraced, and now it's running back up to that top end of that channel, and that has been a big resistance for us yesterday. Gold breaking that, but we have that resistance at 1684.5, and you want to see how well the market behaves there. ES at the top end of that channel as well. So ultimately, and we talked about this often during the past week or so, that behavior on October the 13th was very, very significant. It was a CPI number, it was bad news, and the market did a 360 reversal. Market literally just reversed the whole structure and then tested it and held it. And from that moment on, the market has been exhibiting a really bullish behavior into higher levels here. So that doesn't mean that we would not experience a bit of a retracement here, but ultimately, from a long-term perspective, having this structure right here is going to be a very protective stop to any selling pressure coming in to that 3600 and the 3700. That one slot is going to be protected by the structure. Apple, we're at target number 4 in the sequence and looking a bit tired, and we're trading above the opening price, but that's still not really as good as some of the other instruments that we're seeing. SPY, head target number 3, target number 4 is 38.88, and we are reversing and getting tired here. So most likely we're going to see a bit of a pullback into the middle of the range, at least to test it, which is 38.386. Microsoft retesting the highs, and we have a channel to the upside. So that's where we at. Oh, okay, okay, GM. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take a look. It's always important to look at the big picture, even if your main focus is intraday trading. Yeah, they keep playing around. The thing that we're noticing right now is how slow things are. Like they're grinding to a halt. I mean, they put a captain set up short right here at that target. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, ultimately, this market is long till proven otherwise. And where would I consider it to be short? Uh, you really have to break all the way down to 611. And it's okay to miss the top. You don't have to make, you don't have to get the top. Trying to fade the market on a trending market, looking for the turn is a sure way of giving money away to the market. It's how this is exactly how I used to lose money to the market. I will find days like this and I'll keep adding into a short looking for it to turn. And on sometimes I get lucky, and when the market trends heavily that day, I lose a bunch of money. So I learned the hard way that I am better off waiting for the market to completely reverse at 610, 611, and then start taking shorts on rallies versus trying to predict where the market is going to turn. Now, see that captain setup that we just talked about at 692? Okay, so that's at least giving me a structure where the market is pushing against. Good. We want to see how the 660 holds. We want to see how the 635 holds. Then ultimately the 610, 611 is the key. And I don't have to get short here. I mean, even if the market comes back down to 610, rallies back up a little bit, I'll take a shot at it. And GM, especially when we're kind of looking for short targets, like small targets. Trying to go against the prevailing trend is not necessarily the best way to approach this. I'll give people an example. Anybody that tried to get short predicting this reversal got rolled over every single time, and up here still getting rolled over. Versus, let's take an example. Right here, market ran up, ran up, ran up, ran up. I mean, every time you tried to short this thing, you got crushed. Okay, till the market reversed. It reversed at 445, rallied back up to 471, gave you that first test. It gave you harmony waves. It gave you that first test. Short all the way from that 70 and that 50 to the 65. It's over 100 points. What's wrong with that? And that's the deal here, cow duck. The market tends to do opposite. Opposite to what most people think. Correct. Absolutely correct. So, Sheila, meaning don't go long now? Absolutely don't go long now. I mean, look how far the market has extended itself. I mean, if you're going to take a long as a scalping trade and nothing, not a position at all. Because look how far we have went. But is it a short market? No. So the three elements of a trade, you have to define the environment, you have to define the behavior, you have to define the entry. Those are the three elements of a successful decision, trading decision. So if I come here and try to define the environment, is it long or is it short? Or is it need information? We don't need information. The market is long. All these dips are getting bought. So that is the definition of of an environment. The behavior, what's the behavior right here? The behavior are pullbacks are getting bought and the market is constantly making harmony waves. Okay, well, that's a long behavior. What's the signal? The signal at these levels are scalping signals, and I'm looking for a new harmony wave here in order to enter on the upside against that Globex. I mean, excuse me, against that captain setup. So since there's a captain setup here, I'm not truly interested in really getting long in an aggressive way up here because we have to really cover and break above the 700. So that's also a whole number. So the market may be getting tired here, but it's not defining the market as a short market, or I don't even see the behavior being short beside this captain setup. Like for example, if the market produces a harmony wave here, the cloud shifts, then that's a behavior that at least I can start looking into uh, as a area of interest and an area of pressure against the longs. Ultimately, what market has to do in order for me to consider going short? You have to break all the way down to 610. That's how I see the market. And it keeps me out of trouble. You know what trouble is? Trouble is trying to short this market as it goes up like this. That's what trouble looks like. Because you keep adding to it and getting frustrated and getting and cover and try it again and get and cover, try it again and cover. And you're just simply wrong in the direction. The trader is wrong in defining the environment of the day. So if that part of the trading system is off, then all the decisions that comes after that are going to be off as well. And I can't emphasize the importance of having the 200 Inti in your favor. Every single trend, every single move, bar none, the 200 Inti was in the favor of that direction. So meaning the minute we closed at the 509, pulled up to the 475, the minute that happened, all these trades and all these decisions up here are long. And look how well you would fare just sticking to that idea. I mean, I took one trade. That's Gary. That's Gary. I thought somebody else. Yeah, I took a trade. I took a long. It's one trade I took today. I showed it earlier on, but here you go again. Long, two contracts, $400. That's it. I'll take it. And that's okay, Gary. If you don't see anything that you like, don't get in. Do not get in. You're not obligated to trade the market every single day either. You only trade when it makes absolutely and complete sense to you to trade. when you have the environment, the behavior, and the signal all lined up in your favor, that's when you put on a decision. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Those calls paid just fine. Yeah, we're talking SPX here. Yeah, thank you, Kadoc. Yeah, it was that channel. It was a strong channel, and we touched that level to the tick and came back right back down. And we're coming back to that level again. So that would be how to draw a channel is very important because it gives you another layer of understanding of what the structure of the market is at that point. Yeah, and they're doing the same exact thing. They're bumping their head against it. So and the fact that we did this captain setup short right here at 92 and now we touched it basically burned people up on the long side. So there's a trap right here that the market just did. And who got trapped? The longs got trapped. And now they're taking the so now I wouldn't be surprised if they run it up a little bit. And this structure in a way it's at a minimum it's a pause structure. So the market is pausing here. Then the first test is going to be 60, which we're going to come up to. And then the next, yeah, if we break 60, then the market is going to be out of sync. And we may start getting a bit of rotations on the downside. But ultimately, I'm willing to sit on my to the sideline and wait for 610 to show up, because that means I'm going to avoid all the noise that will happen as the market is trying to figure out what it wants to do with the 700, because they're making it too easy to see. Like, okay, you come up to a whole number, you pull back, you test it and break it, and you fail. That is almost too obvious. Maybe I'm maybe I'm a little bit paranoid here. But maybe, maybe I'm a little bit paranoid about this, but just I don't like it when it's too obvious. Because if it's too obvious, everybody else will see it. And the market is not in the business of making it that obvious. You have to read between the lines. So now we know our levels. We know the areas that we need to be paying attention to. That's a function of what the market would do. And again, if you guys like the content we're putting on a daily basis, you can like, subscribe, comment, share. It's much appreciated, and you can take advantage of our 5-day free trial that includes the Harmony trading system, and you could do that by the link that I just posted. Uh, and if you're part of Apex, we have a code for you as well. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you guys spending your day with us here. I think I saw some questions here. Steve, true. Okay, somebody said, should I try to short Bitcoin right here? Same concept applies. Here we go, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has kind of broken that downward channel, consolidated, and now it's a second leg of that move up here. I would. This is what I gotta do here. Markets typically will do two channels. This is channel number one. If the market sells off below 20,130, establish another channel and break that, I will look at an opportunity to short Bitcoin. But right now, it's really expanding outside of a significant range that we've been in. So the worry here is that pullbacks can actually be buyable more than shorts. And but this is where we pay attention to the 571. If it breaks, then that will get us to the middle of the range at 137. And if that breaks, then you got a almost like a last line of defense in and around the 800. Most likely the market is going to rally back up and establish channel number two. So at that point, a break there is shortable. If you want to be super aggressive, then a pullback to 582, excuse me, a pullback to 687, that will set the stage for a one candle reversal, and you can test the shorts right there. So that is an aggressive behavior, and a conservative behavior would be a bounce into the 2000 and a failure there below that channel, which will set the stage down for a retouch of 19,000. So that would be aggressive and that would be conservative. So right here we had the 200 Intirinko and the 100 Intirinko are out of sync, and that tells me that this level right here is holding up. So we may start getting a little bit of a pullback here, but that pullback is to be tested for long strength, meaning at 636, we need to check that level. Then ultimately, the 610 is going to be a critical area. And when we're looking at ES, I mean, literally hit that target to the tick, and now we are fading a bit of it. Okay, so again, in ES, it'll be at 38.78. You break that level, then we are setting ourselves up for at least a pause, and then we can test rallies as a shorting opportunity against target number 4 and against the high of that rotation. And you have to kind of do it in a very specific way so you could manage your risk tight in this area. But in order for us to start thinking in terms of a short, we need to see ES break down to 3878 and a quarter. All right, so they're retesting here, and they're putting a captain setup long. Let's see how well they handle that. All right, guys, that's it for me. And that is a wrap for the day. We had a good day, another good day. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Remember, precision is a decision, and always trade in harmony. And we will see you on the next one.